Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to attach a slide clasp with bar loops to bead weaving. So a slide clasp with bar loops looks like this here. So you can see that it has those D-shaped bars on the side that come out. Now I have a finished example here because I wanted to be able to show you what the finished product looks like. So the reason that you'd want to use a clasp like this is it has a nice sleek finish to it. So you can see that you just slide the bars apart and then you have a nice finished bracelet. Now we're going to be creating loops with our peyote stitch. And I just want to take a moment to show you how to do that. All right. In my example here, I have a even count peyote that is 14 beads wide, and I've added little white beads on the end to help show you what it looks like. So I've slid it through the bar there. Now this is a pretty snug fit, a tight fit. You can see it moves just a little bit, but it gets a little caught. So about 14 beads on the 11.0 Miyuki Delicas is about as wide as you're going to go for this particular size. We do have these bars in other sizes, so be sure to check that out at Beadaholique.com. Okay, so I have my cord coming out, or my thread rather, coming out the top. Now what I want to do is I want to figure out exactly how large I want to make my loop. I suggest about 8 to 10 beads is a good size. You can also make it wider if you want. You can, kind of make it a little shorter. I just wouldn't make it too tight. So about 8 to 10, if you're counting along the beads along the edge there, that's about what I would do. So you can pick any bead. This will work. So you just turn your thread around and go through one bead where you want to start your loop and just pull your thread down through. Now, we're going to do a little zip up technique where what we're going to do is we're going to go into that last up bead in that first row there. So we're going to pull through. So now if I pull that apart, you can see that we've kind of made a little loop there with the black cord. So now I'm just going to follow along with this bead going down, and now we're just going to kind of zip it together. So go down and catch one bead and pull that through. There we go. And now I can come back up here, go through that white bead that I have on top and pull that down through. And now we're just doing this sort of zigzag zip up motion. Now be careful. You can see that I'm kind of bending my needle back because this is a really tight weave. So just be gentle. We don't want to crush any beads or, break any beads because don't forget these are glass beads. So just take your time doing this step. You just sort of go back and forth and it'll be easy to follow along with your pattern. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually create a different color loop in your pattern. So let's say you were creating something where you wanted to make the loop purple, and you could do that and then just know exactly where your loop is going to be. So in case you're having trouble following exactly which row you're on, but mostly you can see that it's zipping up there really, really nicely. Going through one more. And you just do this all the way down to the end, picking up that bead in the middle there. And you can see that it's kind of hidden there for me, but I'm just going underneath to grab that bead. Make sure not to catch our tail there. Now another little tip here is if you're unsure of the size that you want for your bracelet, what I recommend is starting your weave and then doing this first loop so that you know exactly how you want that to fit, and then it'll be easier to sort of size out the rest of it. All right, so there's my last little zip. So I'm coming out that last thread, and you guessed it, we're just gonna go right down through that next bead there. And make sure it's the right one, there we go. And I'm just going to go through a couple beads, and now you're ready to tie off your thread just by tying a couple quick little knots there. So that is how you attach the clasp, and you can see that it gives a nice little sleek finish. And all we did is just went back and forth and zipped up those beads. So that is how you add peyote stitch to a slide clasp with bar loops. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can see even more videos and get all of these supplies by heading over to Beadaholique.com.